Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are going to talk about how to trade news. So before starting the video, I would all like to request you to like and subscribe to the channel, to like the video and subscribe to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about a short idea on how I used to do my trading around news. So this is just a quick, small part of how I actually trade the news. So let's so before we start the video, just click the subscribe or like button, and let's get into the video. Okay, so there are certain news where the results are according to the forecast most of the time. Okay, so if we look like news, if we look at news like this, like you see this one, the prelim UOM consumer sentiment, these news are accurate. The accuracy of these news are like high. Okay, so you can actually predict the direction of the result according to the forecast. If you just look at here, and then how you are going to read the news, you need to see this. So you need to see right here the usual effect. It says that the actual number, if the actual number is greater than the forecast, that means it is good for currency, right? So if we just look back on August 11, the previous number was 71.6, so the forecast is 71.4, so it is lesser, right? So it is lesser means it is not good for USD. Okay, so news like this prelim UOM consumer sentiment, the accuracy of the forecast is actually very high. So what does this means? If the forecast accuracy is high, then if this news is correct, so then what will be the result? That means the result will be, according to this forecast, USD should be falling, right? That means if you are trading, for example, Euro USD, if USD is falling, that means Euro should be going up. Okay, so if we just look at the past history, so as you can see here on August 11, 71.6, right, and the forecast was 71.4, so it is lesser, right? And the result is actually what? If you see, the result is actually lesser. This is not red, right? But if you compare with, this is the previous one, and this is the forecast. The forecast is not that important. It is only important for predicting the direction. So the actual values that we are interested are this one and this one, right? So since this is higher than this, right? So that means what? The result is that it is USD is actually bad. See, because this is greater and this is lesser. So as you can see here on August 11 at 7:30 p.m, if you just go there at 7:30 p.m, you see this high push, this great push. This is the result of the news. Okay, that is the result of the news. We move quickly. So how can we be certain that this forecast is going to be correct? So if you just look at the past history, so if you look right here, 64.4, and the forecast was 65. That means what? It is good for the currency, right? And the actual value is also good for the currency. Did you see that? So right here as well, the previous was 59.2, the forecast is 60, right? 59, 60, that means it is good, and the result is good, right? And this is a high impact news, right? So you can expect a great move on if you are trading in UOM consumer sentiment. So if you look again right here at 63.5, and the result is at the forecast is 63, right? So it is lesser, right? If it is lesser, then what? That means it is bad for the currency. Since greater is good, lesser means bad for the currency, and the actual value is also lesser than the previous one. The previous is 63, but the actual is 57.7, right? So it is the accuracy is very great, very big for this news, for this particular news. And if you look at again here, the previous 60, it is 62, and the forecast is 62, right? So right here you cannot predict according to the news forecast, but it was good, so you won't be trading on this day. But if you go back around here, it is 67 and the value is getting lesser, right? So the forecast is lesser, that means the consumer sentiment is bad and the actual value is also bad. Did you see that? So the accuracy is pretty high, so let's just go one more random. Let's just go here. So this is 50, or right here it was wrong. So sometimes you will be wrong, sometimes you will be right, but what I want to say is the forecast is very good for predicting the direction, and if it is in line with your trading plan, then it can be like the success rate of your trading can increase from like 60-70% to about 90%, right? So just for an example, we see right here the previous forecast was the previous result was 71.6 and the forecast was 71.4, so that means it is bad for euro USD, it is bad for USD, that, and the result was also bad, right? So USD was bad, so if I'm trading euro, that means if USD is bad, euro should be going up. So when I go back to August 11 at what was the timing, 7:30, at exactly 7:30, so it was around this level. So when we approach 7:30, as you can see here, we approach 7:30, we started slowing down. As you can see from the price movement, we push right here, we pull back, we push, we pull back, we push, we pull back, we push. So price is pretty much not going in a particular one direction, right? So it is finding it hard to go in the downward direction. So what can you expect? And we are also in the, what is this, the previous day low. So this was the previous day low, so we are also at a strong support area, and price is not moving rapidly in one direction, right? So it is slowing down as it approaches towards the previous day low. So it is approaching towards that 7:30 region. So we see that price is slowing down, and it's also at a strong support region, that is the previous day low. So if we go to the 1 minute, as we can see here, price just sweep before the news release, price just sweep these equal lows, and it broke structure to the upside, right? This is, so this is the trend line, right? So we actually didn't break yet, but we are sweeping this low, so we can assume, right, because the news was bad for USD, so it should be good for euro, so euro should be moving up. And we also just see that it swept, so it swept these lows, it swept these lows, and we are just before the news release. Where are we? We are right at this level just before the news release, so we pretty much go back inside the range. So what can you expect? You can expect for the price to went up, right? So if you do something like this, this is exactly what I done that day. I placed my stop loss below this low, and my target was right here. So price went in a direction, and the news was also exactly according to the forecast, and we pretty much hit our TP. But for my personal trade, I didn't hold my trade till here, although my target was right here. So I pretty much closed around I pretty much closed after I see this long wick, this huge wick. So I pretty much closed my trade at around break even. Since the reason I close is because we are actually still in the bearish move, so I don't want to hold. Although this was saying that euro should be going up, just before that we have CPI. Yeah, we have PPI at 6 o'clock. PPI, this was saying that euro should be going down. That's why they are actually in conflict with each other. But in the short term direction, my bias was bullish for a target of at least around here. But then I closed my trade after seeing this long wick because of this huge down move. So that is one way you can trade news. You let you search for news that are with high accuracy from the with the previous and forecast and the actual result, the one that has high accuracy, and if they are in line with a strong support region, then you can go for a buy or a sell according to what is in line at that time. Okay, So some similar to that we have, right, today is 14 August. On 15 August we have something like that, that is the GBP climate count change. So this is also having a high accuracy. So the previous here it says actual less. If it is less, then it will be good for GBP, right? So it is 25.7, right, and the forecast is 19, so it is less, that means it will be good for GBP, right? So if tomorrow GBP and Euro USD, they are pretty much having what to say, having what is that, what do they call, they move in the same direction, they have a good correlation, right? So they have a good correlation. So if you are only trading Euro USD, then you can just use this news for Euro USD as well, but yeah, this news is for GBP, but whatever it is, they have a good correlation. So according to this news, okay, so just before going there, let's just check whether it is accurate or not. So the previous is 22 minus 22 and the forecast is plus 20, that means it is increasing. Increasing is bad, right? And the actual is also bad, it is increasing, right? This is the previous, the actual value is much greater, right? So if it is greater, then it is bad. See, the forecast is also saying that it will be bad. And if we look at the previous again, here it is 23 and the forecast is 21, that means it is lesser, right? So the value should be lesser, it says, according to the forecast. And what do we see? The previous is 23 and the value is, the actual value is minus 13, so it is actually a correct forecast, right? So GBP should be going up at this time, okay? And if you look at the previous again, here it is 26.5, right? And the value is increasing, right? And what do we have? The actual value, it is much greater than the previous value, right? So it is pretty much accurate, right? And right here we see again minus 18 and minus 2.5, that means the forecast is that the price will increase, right? Minus 18, minus 2.5 is greater than minus 18, right? So what is the actual value? It is plus 28. So this is very correct, right? And on March 14 again we have minus 30, the forecast is plus 12, and what do we have? We have minus 11. But if we compare with the previous, so the thing that matters the most in the chart is this and this, right? So the previous is minus 30 and the actual is minus 11, so it is still increasing, right? The value is still increasing and the forecast is saying that it will increase. So this is pretty much a good, what to say, a good a high accuracy news. So if tomorrow this trade, according to this, GBP should be going up, so Euro should also be going up at some point, up to some level. So if this in line with things like the previous day low, tomorrow at exactly around 11:30, then what can you do? You can take long on GBP or Euro USD. Okay, that is what I want to say shortly about one of my small part of my of my news trading strategy. That is how I used to trade news, but this is not the full strategy on how I trade the news. So I just want to show you a part of how I trade the news. So if you enjoy this video, please press the subscribe button. I'm very much in need of the subscriber. And if you want to see more of these videos and trading ideas, then just comment down below. And if you have any questions, just comment down below. Yes.